Back in this time with Visual Problems, baby. We back up in here for the R Word Part 2. And we gonna get straight on to it about these reps.
President Biden there pushing his green climate agenda on the world stage. The president has agreed to have the United States pay up to $1 billion in what has been described as climate reparations to poor countries for damage caused by the West's use of fossil fuels. But the world's top polluter, China, has been deemed a developing nation despite being the second largest economy in the world and is getting away with paying nothing to that global fund.
Go ahead, Mr. Marcus. What you got? What you got? The boys say they giving out money to Venezuela.
Yeah, so I did a little deep dive and it kind of brought me down on the aggression. Cause I was like, oh man, I'm about to be on my best Tupac shit. But when it comes to the J people, you know, United States, the only part they played in that was pretty much pushing the envelope for Germany to pay them. So the reparations they got didn't have too much to do with us over here in the United States. So it kind of changed the outlook on it, as far as like doing comparables, like the J people got this and we should get this, but Germany don't have nothing to do with the stuff we was over here on American soil doing. But Germany, it seemed like they done paid a few reparations. There was another one they paid. They was forced to pay off too, and they actually still
I don't think
paying
they be
them people.
forced to do anything. I think they be wanting to do it.
And probably so, because they felt bad.
Because they gave, pull out my little notes I got. They they also gave $1.6 billion to over 82,000 Japanese Americans.
That's America.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the money, like we know, with our community, money we don't need that. Because it ain't going to do nothing for most of us. Most of us financially, not even intelligent enough to know what to do with the money side of it. So the money part ain't even the part we need. We're going to blow it by designer and pretty much run through it. I think for us, like what you said on part one with the accredited investor, and also pretty much just getting rid of the systematic stipulations they put on our people, like a black man can't have an opportunity because he got dreads, he got to cut his hair, he got tattoos, and everything that pertains to us, kind of loosen the noose up a little bit. That way, yeah, I don't mind the grind, the working hard. That shit get tired. Having to work harder than your counterpart who ain't did shit but know the CEO. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
who you know, man.
But I get that.
It's all about who you know, man. These people why you think these people like jump off of buildings when they portfolios go to trash?
That's their business.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, because they ain't been at the bottom. They don't know what to be at the bottom.
But see, we don't do no jumping.
Exactly, because
You
we
know
always
what I'm
been
saying?
at the bottom.
I think we done did enough. I think we done did enough no jumping. So it's time, like, if we get any reparations, it's pretty much loosen up the noose, man. Like, give us the opportunity to fail. Like, not give us anything, because we work hard, but a lot of us lazy because motherfuckers tired.
You said not give us anything?
Don't give us anything, because we'll work for it, but a lot of us lazy because motherfuckers tired. Motherfuckers don't want to try to outbeat a motherfucker they know they ain't gonna beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I know I'm smarter than him, talented than him, but just because who he is, his skin complexion, we're going to give it to him. We're going to look over this motherfucker who's very qualified, but that's the institution, systematic shit they got on our neck. I don't agree with that. Don't give a shit. We don't need no 40 acres. We don't need no debt clear. Fuck all that. We don't need that. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
What we mean, Mr. Marcus?
I'm telling you.
You give me a definition.
An equal playing field.
Hey, okay.
Equal playing
let's
field.
do a little role play. I'm Joseph.
Who is Joseph? White man?
You already know who Joseph is.
I'm Joseph. Hey, Mr. Marcus, you got just one opportunity for your people to get these reparations. I don't care about none of that shit you finna say about how bad it was and all that. Yeah, we know we was there. We made the movie. What do you want?
Equal playing field.
What does that mean, Mr. Marcus? I don't know
I
what
just
that
told
means.
you.
An equal playing field?
I just told you what it means. All this bullshit and this jazz while we gotta work 10 times harder than motherfuckers who ain't more qualified than us.
Okay, well, Mr. Marcus, I need you to show me the stat where that's true.
To show you what?
The stat.
Ain't no motherfucking stats.
Well, Mr.
Motherfuckers
Marcus,
hide everything.
Mr. Marcus,
Hey, fuck you, Joe. Shit, you finna piss me off in here, Joe. I'm trying to tell you.
Mr. Marcus,
Man,
look,
nah, man.
you going
look.
off of
Man, call the car to the front, man.
Mr. Marcus. You're operating off opinion and emotions. I'm giving you a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you're talking to me very vague. You have 2 minutes to convince me, or I'm out. What do you want?
For my people.
For your people.
Equal playing field. And Joseph, you know what I mean. You know you motherfuckers been lying to her.
What do you want?
Equal playing field.
You got 1 minute and 30 left. What do you want?
Equal opportunity. I want my people.
You already got that.
No, we don't.
You got the civil rights bills.
Shut up, Joseph. No, we don't.
You got a minute left, Mr. Marcus. What do you
call that lady that wore the Chuck Taylors to the front? Tell her come sit up in
I think are you wanting to do away with systematic racism?
Pretty much.
And prejudice in
Pretty
the work
much.
field and in
Pretty much. Stop discriminating on us. We ain't all in the same boat.
Okay, how about this, Mr. Marcus? Because you're kind of vague and I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm just going to write a bill that just say, let's just call it the no hair discrimination bill. You can wear your hair however you want to wear it. That good enough, Mr. Marcus?
That ain't good enough.
You got 30 seconds.
That ain't good enough. I just told you what I want. I want the systematic racism to be done with. I don't want my people to have to work harder than the next motherfucker because of their skin color. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all deserve the same equal opportunity as the next person get. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the skin color, regardless we shouldn't have to cut our hair to be a part. We shouldn't have to,
Cool.
fit your
I got the hair bill. Okay, I got the hair bill.
They'll say we have equal opportunity. They'll say we have
don't.
equal opportunity.
They'll
So
lie.
you need to justify why we don't have it.
Yeah, because you got. Well, Mr. Marcus,
Because-
what you're trying to tell me is that there's a nice percentage of y'all colored folks that make over $100,000 a year. Sounds like equal opportunity to me. So,
Nah.
what you talking about, Mr. Marcus?
They ain't equal opportunity. I guarantee you they goddamn went through more of the ringer than what you talking about over there, Joseph.
See, I'm clean now. I'm not joking. He ran out of time. He failed y'all in 2 minutes.
30
He failed
seconds.
y'all. He failed y'all tremendously. See, couldn't give him nothing. You gave him a whole bunch of how you feel and all that, but just like you didn't say, one, why you truly need it, and what am I supposed to give you? I can't end systematic racism because I'm not in charge of the whole system. That ain't how that work.
Joseph will know what I'm talking about.
Hey,
They ain't crazy. My stand.
you stand.
They ain't crazy. I probably ain't, they might not ever call me, but I know what I mean. I stand. They know how hard it is, regardless if black people making 6 figures right now, it wasn't as prominent as the next person.
I mean, we know it's something that we don't have equal opportunity and the challenges we face, but they can say they have put
Change
every
all them.
opportunity.
Yeah, but
of
see, the
Change
thing
all
is,
them wicked ass
the thing is,
rules they don't
it is not my job to understand what you're trying to articulate. I don't want to give you nothing. So I'm not going to help you tell me what you want.
That's cool.
So you need to tell me
That's
what you
cool.
want.
I ain't fucked up about it.
Exactly. But when your time run out and you get Nathaniel,
I'm
Ninsky,
sure I ain't the only one that's
said-
coming to try to talk about something.
and then now everybody want to fight you because they be like, but damn, you could ask for some money. You could ask for some land.
Hey,
You ain't asked for nothing.
they ain't call you.
So y'all get nothing because they ain't come.
I asked for equal
They ain't
opportunity.
call you.
Hey, man.
You have to be specific
You
in
gotta
what
be
you're
specific
asking.
in what you
Because
ask
if you
for,
say,
man.
"Oh, I want equal opportunity for everybody," okay, well then you can go and what does that mean? Because does that mean you get to go to the grocery store and cut
Yeah.
in line?
We
Like you have to
already
be,
have equal
you
They
have
don't
to
get
be
to do that.
super
Yeah, like, you know
specific
what?
with what you
You know
mean.
what, Mr. Marcus?
Because that's
They
how they
don't
have to
cut
put it
line.
in the bill if
we
they're
gonna
going to write
have
one.
we gonna have a black section in front of all grocery stores next to the handicap.
Oh.
Y'all people can park right at the front.
White people don't do that.
Well, I mean,
But that's
hey,
not.
you didn't
so
say
that's
nothing.
not specific
we
though.
want the eat man. He'll know what I'm talking
Nah,
about.
that ain't how that go,
You know what
dog.
I'm
You know it
talking
don't
about.
go
That's
like
not how
that.
you get a bill
That's
passed.
not how you get nothing passed.
All right.
You have to be
man.
extremely specific.
Okay, let me dial in Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany has some things to say, so we gonna see if she can give us something because Mr. Marcus ran his time out to the ground. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I want and I need to come get it. You definitely ran
I mean,
the
we
time
do
out.
know what you mean, but Joseph don't know.
Let's see if she answered her phone.
And that's why I'm a run in the ring because ain't nobody gonna back me.
Hey,
I'm
Miss
gonna come
Tiffany, how you
outside
doing?
and Clee gonna be like, you should have been Pacific. Back
Hello?
at square one.
Yeah, you there?
Yes.
How you doing, Miss Tiffany? How your day going?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm all right. We over here, we podding over here. So we
Okay.
we just got through listening to Mr. Marcus go on his rant about what his idea of reparations gonna be. So now I think he failed us. So I think he
And then he did.
I did he did. Yeah, he got up and did. He probably had a phone call.
Yeah,
or
I think
something.
we
So Miss Tiffany, the reparations, do we deserve it? What do you think it should be?
Oh, yes. I do think that we deserve reparations. Now, as far as what it should be, I just have a few things that I could just mention to me that are very important. I feel like that slavery not only affected America, but actually the wealth of the world, capitalism all over the world. So I think that we are entitled to not just money, but wealth, and not just here in America. Like I said, I think all over the world where the transatlantic slave ship went and dropped us off. Even they actually had slavery actually on the East Coast as well. A lot of people are finding that out. So we have built the wealth of the world. So we are entitled to that, So that's just for one. I also think that descendants of slaves should have free citizenship, not only in the land that held them captive, but in the homeland that they were actually taken from. Just for me, African American, I have never stepped foot in Africa, nor has this country that I stay in, America, has ever offered for me to learn my history besides the history that America has taught me, which they are trying to take away through the critical thinking. They don't want to teach our history. So I think that a lot of us deserve to have free citizenship, not just in the land that our ancestors were forced to stay in, but as well as the homeland. Okay. I also think that we should have passports to be able to travel wherever we want to go. And we should have it for free because a lot of us have never left the land that our forefathers were entrapped in. We were forced to just deal. Some people just stay in the neighborhood. They don't even travel outside the state that they stay in. And we got a lot of people that's in the Caribbean that have never traveled like that. So, yeah, I think that we deserve passports. We should be able to travel the world instead of being confined to the elements of our captivity keeps us in. So, I also think that Native Americans, I know a lot of people think that Native Americans may just look like Indians, but they do have a lot of Native Americans that look like Black people, that were Black people. Okay, and also they were actually forced to put on put that they were Negro. So that's something a lot of people don't know about. I think they should be given back their land as well. So I will put that in there. And also, as far as education, a lot of us, where you work in one job, two jobs, or if you've had children at a young age, all that goes into systemic oppression. A lot of us have children before we should have children, then you're forced to work, and then you're trying to pay bills. A lot of our
Oh,
children,
man,
a
that's
lot of
being an adult,
us
Miss
are
Tiffany. That's being an
even
adult.
as adults, right, don't have access to educating ourselves. I mean, I feel like our minds are very intelligent, but sometimes we get caught up in focusing on the wrong thing, maybe work too much, work, and we come from a people of creation. We create a lot of things, from peanut butter, okay, the vanilla ice cream, okay, the list goes on and on, okay,
Which is true.
about some of the great things
The
that we
greatest thing
create.
that
But,
white people created was the patent on everything that we created. Definitely.
right,
But see,
that too.
but the problem is what you're saying. I think what you're saying would apply in a different time. I don't think that would apply in 2022 because the first thing they would say is, yeah, just get a passport. We got passports for you. Everybody can get a passport. So why would
No,
we?
the fact is free. It should be free to us.
Yeah, but you got to be fair now. We have so many people who didn't pay for their passports.
That's fine.
I mean, we
That's fine, but guess
we
what?
have a VP
When
that said we're not going to do anything for one specific group of people, and she looked
oh,
like
they
us.
have to. No, they have to. So this is see, the thing about it is nobody is going to want to give us anything. Oh, this is 2022 about to go into 23. It doesn't matter what they want. We have to demand what we want. As long as we keep saying, hey, this what is fair. No, what is fair is that this should have never happened in the first place. Okay? So no, we are entitled to have a free passport to be able to travel because our ancestors were forced to stay in this land, and a lot of them died on trees. Okay, a lot of them were lynched. They were unable to travel the world. Okay, so we are the descendants of them. So regardless of the time and regardless of how many years and what year it is, we are entitled to that.
We get the funds for traveling
I mean,
because it's expensive.
it is, but now the problem is you can ask for whatever it is you want to ask for, but then you also have to deal with your people. So now we're for the main part of what you said the free travel, the traveling and the passports to go wherever we want. So do you think as a collective that we would find that to be adequate due to the lynchings and everything that happened? Some people would say that's minuscule compared to what we deserve.
I would even say this as far as Marcus Garvey. A lot of people don't know about him, but he was one of the most important civil acts people that we've ever had. He was actually from Jamaica. For years, he actually tried to build ships and get African Americans and people all over the world actually that were enslaved descendants to be able to go back to the homeland. And the United States government did everything they could for us to not even be able to go over there. He had the ship for us to go back. But what do you hear a lot of times when you run into somebody that's racist? They say go back to Africa. Okay? But how many of us have been able to go back to Africa? But when we had a person that was any kind of authority over Black people that were actually sent like a Messiah, they weren't the Messiah, but sent like a Messiah, they did everything they could to sabotage everything. So yeah, I'm not thinking about what's fair because, like I said, it never should have happened in the first place.
Well, that's how the game was. That was the playing field. You know, you had Asian slaves, you had white slaves, you had Black slaves. The slave market was the slave market. Everything was across the board. That's how they made their money. So the reason we sitting up here when Queen Elizabeth died and all these Black people was supporting all that, they don't even understand her people was at the top of that pyramid of what the slave trade was. But we sat there and act like, man, the queen was the CEO, you know, one of the head people in the trade, her people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So now in 2022,
Okay, Okay, but okay, let me ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off. Okay, so you saying Asians and all that. Oh, did you not know they giving Asians a whole lot of grants to open up businesses over here in America?
Well, they've
They'll
been doing
give
that
them
for years. They've been doing that for decades.
they'll give them a grant before they give you one.
But yeah, because that's been going on for decades.
And
They
you
come
here
over
in
here with
America.
credit.
You're not even coming from another country. You here in America.
The black dollar don't recycle like that.
Okay, so we don't have any kind of capitalism, right? So every other
Because we don't want it
ethnicity,
though.
they have
We don't
something
want
of
the
their own.
capitalism. We want to fit in. That is the problem. We're too busy
Okay.
trying to fit in, and we want to make Gucci rich and Balenciaga rich, and we want to make Nike rich. We don't put our money into our own self, because the Asians do come over here with a line of credit, but they also have a system to where if my Asian friend or Asian counterpart come over here, I got a place for him to stay and I got a job for him to work, and we going to set him up. It is no reason why we should have Eastern Asian people with blue stoves in our black neighborhoods. We don't buy nothing. So you can't, you can make us, we can talk about how systemic it really is, but you have to break it down. We don't buy neighborhoods so they gentrify them. That's on us.
Yeah.
So what?
No,
we
it's
don't
not.
spend.
It's really not. It's really not on us, because, like I said, this is a whole mental thing. And if you want to break the cycle of being that person that does not do for you. Yes, you do. But at the same time, you cannot keep fitting us as though we have been through the same things. Okay.
Which is true.
I don't think anybody has experienced 400 years of slavery. I don't think anybody has been whitewashed their history. Okay. As you see, the Egyptians, they're whitewashed. Everything about the black people is being whitewashed. Now, Asians, they have their culture. They have their language. We do not. Okay. So, like I said again, I think that we should be able to have passports. We cannot be put in the same box as everyone else who had that endured slavery. Okay. We were held back from learning, our fingers cut off. I mean, we had the gruesome slavery, okay? Our descendants were taken from us, mothers giving birth and having their children just ripped from them, okay? I mean, the list goes on and on. It is not the same.
Which is true.
It's not the same.
But I just don't think passports for our people, I don't even think our people would get behind just passports.
I don't think our people could really do much with passports, because
majority
of our people can't even afford to go and travel.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, the laws, you have the passports wouldn't work for everybody, because if you're behind on child support, you can't get a child support. You can't get a passport, let alone even get a registration sticker. And if you got felonies and stuff like that, you can't, so the laws are put in place. This is why if Joseph decided to come to you and said, you got 2 minutes to convince me, and all he heard was passports, then he don't even have to do nothing, because passports already exist.
Okay, yeah, passports exist, but we should be able to have free passports once again.
Yeah, but what about everybody who paid for them already? If we already paid for if half, it's 42 million black people in America. So if, let's just say half, if 20 million people already got passports, how are they receiving reparations?
I'm not just saying that. I'm saying I'm adding to. This is not the only thing.
Okay.
I also said wealth, not just money, but wealth.
But yeah, that's they one thing they not gonna do is show you how to work economics, show you how to produce, and show you warfare. They're not gonna show you that. So they're not gonna give you wealth. This is why, if you listen to the last one, I said become accredited investor. That opens up the door to go get the wealth. They're not going to give you anything, because the only reason why the Native Americans in America gets reparation is because they wiped out 71% of their population. It went from 20 million to 5 million. So yeah, that's why they get it. We're not getting it because we elect.
Who all is Native American? Because you got a lot of black people here in America that just think they're African American, and they actually were Native American.
Yeah, but it is not the government's job to tell you what you are. You need to go look at that for yourself. They're not
Yeah,
gonna
but
say,
have they done that? Have they done that?
no, we don't do that. We know.
No, have they done that? Have they put anything out there for us to be able to learn
No,
where we come
there-
from?
you got to understand what we were to them. We were slaves. That's like telling somebody, walking in somebody's house and saying, hey, that towel you've been using, that toilet paper you've been using to wipe your ass, it has rights now. They don't view that like that. I'm not entitled to show you how to make money decisions. You don't have that entitlement with me. But if I'm coming to you and saying, hey, I'm about to give you this once in a lifetime thing for your people, what is it going to be? Because if it's not, I'm not going to give you wealth. I can't give you wealth. There's no way that I can give you wealth. Because
Yeah, you can.
what's your definition of wealth?
Wealth is continual money coming in to you and your family forever.
So am I supposed to give you, what's the lump sum of
Just
money
like
am I supposed to give
just
you?
like how they do the Jews. You know, most Jews, they're wealthy people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is Germany still contributing to Israel? Are those people still getting money?
Of course they are. But
Okay,
in America,
so
Jews make a lot of their money because we create content for them.
mhm.
So
Exactly.
why are we signing contracts with them if we want the wealth?
Okay, right, exactly. And a lot of people don't know that. So that's what I mean. It's just an ongoing circle.
Yeah, but what would be the
if
lump sum?
You got somebody that's going to,
What would be the lump sum? What's the dollar figure? Because you saying giving wealth for 42 million people. What is the dollar amount you're going to give them to start this wealth so they can recycle it? Because I'm not going to recycle the money
Well,
for
I
you.
would have to sit with someone that's really good with numbers on that's not going to be me. I'm not just going to throw any number out. We're going to sit with somebody that is certified, that is honest, that sees what's going on, and actually be able to dig into America and dig into the world's wealth to see how much that looks like. I can't give you that amount.
That amount would it'd be so many commas on that amount they couldn't even give it to you.
Well, you know what? They will have comments to them.
Yeah, because
If you ask them if they had the same thing, you best believe they're gonna ask for it. So whatever that dollar amount is, let it be that.
it's no way. Because it's too much money. And like on the last one,
It's not too much money.
it's too much money
not.
because you can have the physical amount of money, it just won't have the same buying power. So yeah, you can sit up here and print out $50 trillion if you want to. It's going to have the buying power of maybe 75,000. So your reparations is just going to be like your regular annual wage from your job. This is why
Not necessarily,
Yes,
but everyone else's money stays the same.
No, it won't. The country's money. When you print out that much money at one time, your money basically turns into the peso. So right now,
Mhm.
if you printed out $50 trillion, your buying power would be probably 33%, 60%, maybe if you're lucky. So now,
Well, maybe that's the problem. How it's set up. Maybe that needs to be torn down too.
well, that's how economics work, man.
Well, maybe have that the economics of how it was set up. It needs to be fixed. That's the problem.
It is fixed. It's fixed for them. That's
I
who
know.
it's fixed for. So they're not going to sit up there and say we not finna trade in this game of Monopoly so we can start playing Scrabble. That's not what we do.
So this is what I'm saying. Okay, so we see that the prison stuff, they're full of Black people, minorities. Okay, so the laws were built not for us to be able to excel. It was built for them. It was built for them to get away and for us to get locked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are now realizing, okay, the way that the laws are set up, okay, the whole system just needs to be torn down, right? So I say that too with the economics. It just needs to be torn down. Ain't no fixing it.
So you think we can tear down a system that simply it's real simple economics. The more money you print, the less your money is worth. So how do you get rid of that system if money is what we use? Because we don't use silver and gold no more. So, and really and truly, the silver and gold is what's supposed to back the dollar. So if you're printing more money than you have gold to back it up, that's what's causing inflation. That's why we seen $4 gas and people seen $6, $7, $8 gas. You're printing too much money and we don't make nothing in this country. We buy everything. We buy from China, we buy from Russia, we buy from Africa, we buy from Afghanistan. We don't produce nothing to make that money make sense on the books. So asking for money, yeah, I can print it out to you, but I guarantee you're gonna feel like nothing changed in your life because now everything has to go up. Your regular Honda Accord now is a $75,000 car, $100,000 car. And if you like
Well,
luxury,
it has to change. It has to
it can't
change. Then.
change. It can't change.
It can change.
Once you mess up the money
It
on the
can.
books, it can't change. That's just
It
what
can
it is.
change.
But what is it changing to?
I don't know, but it has to change, just like the laws have to change, right?
The law should
I'm
change.
I'm not the expert. I'm not a lawmaker, but
Okay.
you know, I know what's right and what's wrong.
Which is true, but
I know
this
that.
world don't operate off moral compass at all. We
Well,
know
maybe it should. If the right people were in power, it would.
okay, well,
Who's the right people? Maybe that's the problem.
Who's the right people?
People that are not greedy.
Like who? Because all our black leaders
Like
seem
the
to be
people
greedy.
that put our, or that they don't need to be in power either.
Okay,
then.
so who's gonna be in power?
Somebody that's more has morals, that has humility,
Mr.
humbleness.
Marcus.
I mean,
Mr. Marcus should be in power. Hey, all I know is a lot of people feel
you know
a certain
that's
type of
what's
way.
wrong with the world. It got too many greedy people that's in charge of everything, huh?
That's how the world is. So that's why asking them to change their whole system will get you laughed out the Oval Office. We're not changing this for you. We ask you to tell us what you want that you think is fair for reparations. I'm not finna give you wealth. So if you asking me to give you some money, okay, what's the dollar amount? And it needs to make sense on the books.
So let me ask you, who came up with the amount that they were going to give the Jews when they went through the
That
Holocaust
was Germany.
for retribution? Who came up with that?
That was Germany. America just pushed it.
Jared?
Who came up with that?
Germany. America just pushed it. Them and China just not forced, but they pretty much told Germany they had to do it. But America,
Okay, and how much did they give?
they still getting paid. That's all I know.
Okay, so if it can work for them, and they were able to do it. So like I said, this is
Germany.
of the world. This is not just America
yeah.
Yeah, but see, the difference is, I believe
I wish
it's
Germany held us for 400.
70%.
Germany held us for 400
But you, man, shut up.
See, they
The problem with what
they
we saying
paying over
is,
there.
like, even though the system worked for them, it don't work. 70% of the United States dollar is recycled outside the country. So, trying to flip that in the country, flip them numbers and put 70% and do that. Your average gas price will probably be $100 a gallon.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, who decided? Okay, so you said Germany and the United States pushed Germany to give
Them
money
and China.
to Israel.
So he said Germany and China.
Okay,
So that's two
So-
countries.
no China helped America push Germany.
But they still, they got the
Yeah.
hands in it. But it's different with China because they supply for everything. So they benefits off everything moving.
Yeah,
So
they gonna push. the
so
envelope.
for this to even make sense money wise, we would have to get a combined reparations from Africa and the United States. That would be the only thing that it still would make it great, but that's the only thing that would make sense if we're only going to talk about money. That's it.
and not just Africa and America, Europe too.
Mm-hmm.
This is the world that did blacks wrong. Okay, this is the world, the whole world.
So what is it? Okay, so now we're on this barter system. It's a whole new system that we're dealing with right now. So the whole thing is now, who is the on the list of cultures? Who's at the bottom of the list?
You said the list of cultures.
Yeah,
who's
we
at the
list all
bottom?
cultures, ethnicities. Who's at the bottom of that list?
Blacks.
Okay. What do we provide to the world right now besides rapping, singing, and sweat?
Consumerism. We buy shit.
Well, I mean, what they allow us to provide.
Oh, no.
Because of our circumstances.
No, ma'am. No, we're not doing that one. What do we provide?
That is the truth. Because a lot of us could provide way more if we had the resources to do it. That's just the truth of the matter.
We don't listen. If we that's cool. That's you, that's me.
You know, and they got a ton of me walking around, huh?
But it ain't 40 million of you, baby. It ain't
I
40
believe
million.
that they are. Yeah, it's a lot of us. So I believe a lot of us are. We have to be because we still here.
Okay. Martin Luther King got shot in his head.
And we still
and
here.
we voted Democrat ever since.
But we still here though. We are a people that
what I'm saying is we don't listen.
Here right now.
We don't listen. What I'm saying is we don't listen. We don't listen to people trying to tell us what to do, especially if they look like us. Like I said, if you look it up, Martin Luther King was a Republican. They assassinated him and we gave them our vote. We do not listen. We would rather you fight for us and you die than we're going to do it. Because if you ask the average person, when did black people swing their vote around? They couldn't tell you. They really couldn't tell you at all. So how can we say there's somebody that can lead us? We didn't even listen to Moses.
Well, I mean, they assassinate all of our people in black, smart, intelligent people that actually stand up. They assassinate them. Well, okay,
when was the last assassination attempt? When was the last?
Shoot, they got assassination.
When was the last? Yeah, but when was the last like mainstream black leader that we deemed was? When was the last time that happened? Assassination.
Right now, okay, maybe not but probably they could probably take him out if they wanted to. But Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah, but he ain't dead. He's still living.
He's still living. But what I'm trying to say is they have taken him down from all mainstreams and tried to silence him.
Yeah, but
I mean that's kind of like an assassination.
But the problem is, why are we following the mainstream instead of following Farrakhan? We don't listen to ourselves. That's the point that I'm making. If the last known black leader assassination was Martin Luther King, and we have people speak up in between that time and nothing has happened to these people know I don't even have to kill you because you don't listen to your own people. So why would I give you wealth? Why would I tell you you can just go wherever you want and I'm going to pay you and give you access to what this system is? Some of y'all made it through the door. Maybe y'all should be talking to the people that made it through the door. Do we deserve reparations? Yes, but you don't deserve nothing if you can't articulate it and make it make sense business-wise instead of just emotional. We can sit up there.
I think there will be someone out there.
Who?
Because we have geniuses, okay, that will be able to make it articulate.
You don't have to be a genius.
I'm just trying to say in my heart, this is what I know we deserve.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't have to be a genius.
No.
You don't have to know how to read. All you have to know how to do is put common sense together. And you can come up with this. We all said something different. It went from clearing the dead.
At the same time, why I wouldn't want anybody to leave you get reparation in my hands. Like God has given everybody a gift, a talent, okay, into numbers, into doing things out of the ordinary and helping people and leading people. Some people have to be led in certain things. That is not me. I'm just now moralistically, yes, I feel like morally, I can probably lead some people to do what's right. You know what I'm saying? But as far as looking at the numbers and how we're going to do it, that's not me. I'm just telling you what I feel like we deserve. Do we deserve reparation? Yes. Now, is there a way that it can be done? I feel like, yes, there is. Do I feel like you can make that call? No, I don't. I don't feel like anyone on this listening can make that call. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how you figure that?
Because I feel like everything that you're saying, and you're saying that's not going to work, you have to prove, this takes more than a conversation of, okay, tell me, do we deserve or whatever like that. No, this takes articulate time and looking at the numbers and looking at the history and looking at and turning over the rock and seeing, okay, this wealth over here, this is hidden. And we don't know none of that, you know? So
we know the numbers on the basic level of economics. We know that. And printing out that much money, that's how you get recession. They're not going to sink the country to give you reparations.
Okay, so sooner or later, cash and stuff is going to be done away with.
This is true.
Okay, so just like in a way that cash can be done away with, okay, we can find a system that allows us to not be in oppression, the oppression that we live in right now.
Okay, so
whether that is giving us some land and we be able to, farm the land ourselves and grow the things ourselves, something.
There's not enough land. There's not enough land to go around.
For ourselves.
But it's not enough land to go around because the land has already been sold for China. A whole lot of the farmland is already being sold. There's only 1.8 acres, 1.8 billion acres in America. Most of it is already gone. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody keeps saying something that they do not have no more of. We do not have enough land to give 42 million people anything. Not for no land. Now, if you decide to go make a man-made island, then I guess you can manufacture something until they sink it. But we don't have enough land to go around. We can't print out the money like that. So you're saying that money is about to disappear. Okay, so what's after money? What system are we going to?
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that, Cleveland.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm saying what I'm telling you how I feel. That's it. I'm not trying to come up with no big system. That ain't me.
But the hypothetical is if you were picked. That's the hypothetical. Hmm? The hypothetical was if they came and they said, Tiffany, I like what you're doing out here. We finna do something for your people. You get one thing and one thing only. You don't have time. You don't have time to go talk to Harvard professors and all these people that's deemed super smart with economic. You don't have time for none of that. What do you want? So I can give y'all this. Right no, because they don't want to give it to you. They don't want to give it to you.
I only got one thing that I can have, and I only got a second to think about it. How fair is that?
See, the problem is, we not understanding, and I don't know what's so hard to understand. They do not want us. They didn't invite us into their house, but we keep on telling them, you should let me spend a night. And then they let us spend a night, and then it's like, why you ain't giving me nothing to drink? Why you ain't giving me no food? You giving everybody else food. The problem is you keep asking people who don't want to do nothing for you. So when I say they come to you and say, you got one thing, this is not to be dissected and my time is short. What do you want? Because you can't ask for something if you do not know what you want. Because yes, I just, before I called you, I just played Joe Biden is about to give reparations to Venezuela. Okay, so now it's like, okay, why should you give reparations? Because one, you about to give it to Venezuela. And if my memory served me correct, I don't remember them people getting burlap bags put over their head and forced to have sex with their family members. See what I'm saying? That's an argument. This emotional, no, this is a fact. There's no other country around that was inbred in a barbaric way like us. When it comes down to the South, we all like to think we got a whole lot of cousins. We might actually have a whole lot of brothers and sisters. Quarter brother, quarter sister, because that's what it was down here. So if you try to make somebody understand your plight, you have to go into, let me shine a light on you and show you exactly what it is that you did. You did X, Y, and Z. You bred the father with the daughter, the mother with the son, the brother and the sister. You bred them, and then when you got pissed off at them, you separated them, and that process happened over again. So from that time all the way up into present day, this is what we need. Okay, it can't be the money because you're not going to print that much to sink the country. That's off the table. Cool. Okay, you don't have enough land to go around. That's off the table. what are we going to ask for? Because it seems like
So let me ask you something. So if Israel was, what was it, founded in 1948 or something like that? So did you not know that the land that Israel is created right now, that wasn't the original where the land was? So if they can do that and create a land and found a land, why can't we?
because they don't want to do it. Like it's not this is not a complicated this is not complicated answers for the system. The people who run the system is simple. I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to do it. Like we can go into the moral compass of it and what's God's word and what's not. But in reality, if we are choosing to continue try to fit in and continue making multi-million, multi-billionaire companies, multi-millions and multi-billions, what are you really asking for? Because you seem to want to fit in with white people so bad that you would be broke, but you would still spend money with them people just to look like you have whatever, the best fashion, just to fit in and be like, yeah, I'm upscale. So
Who wants to fit in?
our culture, this is our culture. We are the ones that like to go out of our way to make other people rich. Now you're saying, okay, give me access to wealth. Because besides land and money, and I didn't talk to a couple of people, it don't seem like nobody has I'm the only one that seemed to come out with a different idea besides land and money.
What was your idea?
You didn't watch the first episode? And I sent you them links?
I ain't said
Yeah, I
nothing
did.
about money.
Oh my God. You over here talking, you ain't listening to me?
I ain't said nothing about
Yeah, I
money.
did. Remember, I told you I listened to a little bit, but I wasn't able to listen to all of it. But I did listen. To
So you never went back. I talked last, so
Look,
if you don't listen,
I have a job. Look,
here we go, man. Here we go.
I'm gonna go back through and listen to all of it because it's very interesting. The stuff that I did here.
Well, basically, I guess I got to catch you up since you. My thing was to make every black person here automatically an accredited investor. To be an accredited investor, you have to make $250,000 with a spouse or $1 million by yourself. That has to be the net worth. So the access to capital is the access to being accredited. This is how they make their money. They live off the interest. They borrow against life policies. They recycle that money that way. They don't get a large sum of money from other people or other entities. They get a large sum of money based off they have early access to things before it is available to the retail market. They get it at a wholesale price, triple, quadruple, 100 exit, 1,000 exit. That's how they make their money. So to even understand what you're asking for in reparations, you have to understand how do these people make their money. They don't make it hard. They make it smart. This is why the FTX thing is a big thing right now. When Robinhood crashed and it was all GameStop and all AMC and all that, when that shit was going crazy, that's because billionaires was losing money. When you start messing with their money, they're going to shut down the site. That's what happened. So if you don't know how they make their money, you don't know what to ask for. Because the two things that everybody's going to say straight off the head, you can't ask for it. It's either going to sink the company or they don't even have enough to give you. And the fact that all the quote-unquote black leaders that we have, all accredited, they are all accredited. From your Oprahs, from your Jesses, to your, what's that other man named? The Al Sharptons, all them people who we gave credit to be a black leader, even though they did nothing. They are all accredited, but none of their speeches is telling you, hey, the black people, the black families need to stay together. Y'all need to get y'all money up to 250, be accredited so we can start getting this wealth, break these generational curses, and start buying up the land that we can buy and building our own, our own villa. Because there's a Mexican area in every city. There's a Chinatown in every city. We only got the ghetto. And the ghettos is only based on the low-income housing. So that's our neighborhoods. And that's one of the weakest things that black people have ever done, called an apartment complex their hood. It's not even your property. You can get evicted any day now. So when we talking about reparations, if you don't have a plan, if you don't even know how money works, because that's really what this is. We don't know how money works. We don't know how to get it. And you are right. The next thing with money money is not going to be the thing. It's going to be QR codes. We're going to be using our phones like we already doing. But for the main part, QR codes and addresses. So this is why cryptocurrency is now on the forefront of all the news stations now, because that's the next system. But instead of Black people understanding that's the next system, let me get in while everything is cheap, we gonna wait until they tell us, hey, the water's fine, come in. And when they tell you it's fine, you're gonna be priced out. You're gonna be priced out. This opportunity, because it goes from silver to gold to oil to the dollar to now. And cryptocurrency is the next thing that's finna be the new now. So instead of us sitting up here caring and like, hey, give me something, we can be on the forefront of this new economic wealth transfer. But we're not gonna do it because looking for information is too tedious. This is why they make our attention span so short. They give us TikToks. They give us videos that only last 12 to 30 seconds. The songs you hear on the radio are only 2 minutes and 12 seconds now. Our attention span is so short. If you don't just tell me and make me believe it out of your words, I'm not going to go do it. And we don't believe nothing to somebody we know.
I don't feel like we don't want to go do it. A lot of Black people, first of all, they don't get paid enough. Okay, how they gonna do it when they barely able to pay their bills?
Information is.
How they gonna do it? How they gonna invest?
How you gonna invest $50, $100? It's $5.
You know what's something? Have you talked to a lot of people right now that's struggling?
Yeah, but I get what she's saying. It's kind of hard to if they financials ain't right, $50 ain't gonna work.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
they ain't gonna work.
I don't believe. I don't
try
believe
to put too many people on,
which is true, but I do not believe.
I don't. If they financials messed up, bro, you preach it to the choir.
That's cool, but I don't. I
get what she's saying on that.
I don't spoon feed these people because I guarantee all these people who financials is messed up, they find a way to buy weed, they find a way to buy alcohol, they find a way to eat fast food, they find a way to do everything that they want to do.
That's working 3 jobs.
I get that.
Just to pay the bills.
To let you spend your weed money now. You talking about something that accrue over time. People ain't trying to. If they financials messed up, you and me both know.
I hear what you're saying.
I get my weed today.
That's an excuse.
I don't get my weed in 5 years.
Which is true, but that's an excuse.
I'm just saying because it's not an excuse. They financials are messed up.
No,
so
their
you're
priorities
talking about
are messed up.
They financial priorities, financial messed
Because
up.
of the priorities.
But if weed was down the line, it wouldn't be too many weed smokers.
Yeah, I mean, we get that basic concept of everything, but you can't tell if you telling me a person can buy 3 grams a week, $30. 30 times 4. It's 4 weeks in a month. $120.
But you talking about something that's down the line, bro.
Yeah.
They weed is right now. I get what you're saying.
Their instant gratification is not justification for not getting what they're supposed to
but
get.
But you can't make them to make a switch like that.
No, I can't make them do nothing. But what I'm saying
nobody's gonna make a switch like that.
That's perfectly fine.
So $50 on weed is more appealing than $50 down the line.
Well, then I'm gonna say this.
Ask for nothing.
Yeah, but this is what I'm gonna say.
I'm just all I'm saying is
but tell these
you can't
people to shut up.
Expect them to put $50 in the market.
Well,
it's not that easy, bro.
Well, tell them to shut up.
It's not that easy.
Tell them to shut up and don't ask for nothing.
You don't have to tell them to shut up.
But that's the thing.
If you got the information, you should want to inform. But at the same time, you can't go like that's right now. People's not waiting 5 years to get their weed, bro.
But don't you think it's deserving?
What you mean?
If you want something, then you'll work to get it.
And that's the people who getting it. That's the people who getting it.
But that's what he's saying. If you ask to be, somebody, whatever, asked to be an accredited investor, that's going to get you your wealth. That's how you get your money.
I guarantee
you can't expect them to make a switch like that.
Then you don't get nothing.
Don't get nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Because clearly, weed is more important, liquor is more important, fast food is more important. If you're going to sit up there and tell me that the average person that's spending $50 a week on weed can't take $5 out the 50 and put it in the ISO 20020, don't ask for nothing. You don't want this. You like where you at in life. We too busy trying to give them.
I will say this. What you're talking about,
you talking about struggling people
that smoking weed and stuff like that.
You brought up the weed aspect. I was
Yeah.
talking from the form of, you brought up the weed, so I cleaned. I was talking about struggling people. Priorities
Yeah,
are
I was
probably not fucked
struggling.
up.
Yeah.
They just struggling.
But what?
So to put fit,
Yeah.
he brought up the weed aspect.
Right.
I was talking from what she said, struggling people.
But
You're
what he's saying is
expecting
struggling people always have something that they
Not
want.
not
They
all,
always
not all the
gotta-
time.
There's
Not
something
always gotta
that
fight.
you can that you want.
I done been struggling. I never smoked
What about
weed.
what
I
about
don't
Yeah.
drink. I don't drink large amounts of
Hey.
alcohol. So that's why I'm
But
saying
it
that.
doesn't have to be negative.
It's not
It-
that easy.
It doesn't have to be negative.
It's
though.
not that easy when you're talking about something that's 5 years down the line if you're a struggling American. Not a weed smoker.
No.
Of course, their priorities are messed up. I'm not talking to them. Yeah, they should shut up. But struggling people, when that shit go down $5, they want to get their money back because they struggling. They trying. But at the same time, you struggling. We struggling out here. So you can't expect people who struggling out here to just put $50 and let that shit grow for 5 years until their situation get better. So they have to fix their situation first, then they can tend to invest. That's like having debt. You can't really invest with debt
So
So-
you say you were struggling.
before.
Before.
Okay.
When you were struggling, was there anything that you ever wanted that you bought?
No?
So you never wanted to
No.
eat fast food. So you never ate
Yeah,
out
I ate
fast.
fast food.
So
okay?
that's an
But I
example.
wasn't struggling till I couldn't afford
So
that's
fast
an
food.
example.
But that's my point. You're not, unless you are homeless, you are not struggling to where you can't invest $5 a month.
That ain't struggling.
If you can't invest $5 a month, just get out the game. Call it a day. Because
But you know
it
what?
ain't that
I will
easy,
say a
bro.
lot
but
of
we
people
talking
don't
about the
even know,
mindset.
though.
We talking what you
Lack
talking
of
about is more on the
education.
mindset of I want the instant gratification and I don't want to wait 5 years for it. But in reality, I got this $5. In reality, I probably got $5 worth of quarters in my car.
But if you're a struggling Black American, investing should be the last. You need to get your priorities straight. You can't expect people to want to be accredited if their priorities not straight or their finances is not straight.
But the outcome is
they-
worth it though.
I get
Investing
that.
leads to your
I get
priorities
that.
being straight.
I get that. No, not necessarily. Like, cause you gotta have the money first. You can't just be putting money up that you don't have.
Okay, but
That's
what
all
if you
I'm
just
saying.
saved $1 a month? What if you saved
Some
$1
people
a
don't-
month? So
can't
that
do
means
that.
you got $1.
You're talking about the
like
absolute
he's disciplined.
poor. You're talking
You're
about
talking
the
about
poor.
homeless.
You telling me somebody can't save $1
The
a month?
homeless can afford $1
Then that-
a month.
If that's the case, we're not even talking about those people because you're not even a dote at a dollar. I understand being down at the bottom to the point where every dollar do count. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is functioning adults with jobs, $1, $5 a month to get in the game.
That's your happy meal.
Just to get in the game. We're not talking about throw $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 up in here and let it ride on black. We talking about $5 is just the less amount you can spend right now.
That shit don't build
Get in the
nothing.
game.
That shit a fairy tale. $5 a month investing don't build nothing, bro. You need more money than that. Like $5 ain't that's a trick.
For who?
He right.
Like $5 and
You
putting
can't get much
$5 in
for
a
$5.
that's
Because I can
not
put
doing that.
$5 in
Look
something
how
right.
long that's gonna take, man.
You don't know how long that's gonna
It's
take.
gonna take a long time.
Well, how long it's gonna take if you got nothing?
Shit, but it's gonna take a long
what?
time.
Hey, what?
You'll do better, goddamn me, putting it in the bank and
For
not
what?
get no interest.
So you
$5,
would-
that shit
you
take
would-
a
you
long.
would rather-
You're making it sound simple. It's not that simple.
It
You need
is.
more than $5 to invest.
No, you
Come
don't.
on, bro. I know something about this shit too, bro.
Okay, cool. And
you
I
need more than $5.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
to invest.
Yes, you do.
To
No,
invest.
you can put it in the market, bro, but it's not gonna grow as much. That shit is a fairy
It's not
tale.
gonna
Doing
grow
that-
at all if you ain't got nothing in the game.
But all I'm saying is don't make it seem like just put that shit that don't work like that, bro.
Nobody's saying
need
that it
more
works
than
like
that.
that. No.
$5
You
you need
missing
more
what I'm
than that.
saying. You think that I'm saying put $5 on it and you're gonna become a millionaire.
Nah, I didn't say
That's
that.
not what I'm saying.
But you doing
what
it
I'm
over
saying
time,
is
$5 over time,
Okay.
shit after a month, what that is, $20?
it's an investment.
Come on, bro.
That's
Ain't
that
nobody investing like that, bro.
$5.
Them white people don't invest like
The
that.
white
bro.
people don't invest like that because they got the money.
They don't invest
y'all
like
are
that.
making the
So we shouldn't have to scrape no damn scraps.
y'all putting up the scrap scrapers. I'm not talking about people who can't invest $1. Y'all started campaigning for them folk. If they grown and got kids and got jobs and
Hey.
can't afford to invest $5,
$20 a month, bro.
come on, man.
$20 invested a month, bro.
Is what?
That ain't shit.
Okay.
That ain't shit. You know it, I knew it.
But
would you rather
But I
invest
know I
nothing?
can put.
Nah, I invest.
No. If it
I
was
know I can
$20
put $5 in right
But
now
you
and get
gotta-
100 shares or something.
For them to invest, they got to get their money situation together. This is what I'm saying. For them to invest, they had to get their money situation together to be able to invest more than $5
So
a damn
when you
week.
started investing, how much were you putting in?
I went to the hundo,
You went to 100.
100 a month, 100 some shit like that, because I was buying certain plays like Coca-Cola. I'm a dividend man. I like dividends.
So do you
That's
think?
what I fuck with. And Cleve put me on crypto.
Mhm.
Right.
Shout out to him.
And
You know what I'm saying?
what can you do with $5 in crypto?
And crypto,
Yeah.
it depends on where you're looking at.
But what can you do though?
You can't do much
You
with
can't
it.
do much?
Hell no.
How much you put in sheep?
And sheep coin,
Yeah.
not $5.
No,
I made 5 bands.
How much you put in total?
300.
300.
And I got 5 bands off. It wasn't $5.
Okay. But Sheba been around for some years.
I get that.
That's what I'm saying.
But
And
it
if-
wasn't $5,
but
bro.
low. But listen what I'm saying. If you put only 300 and got 5,000, if you putting $5 a week into a play that's worth putting in, clearly you turn 300 into $5,000. What I'm saying is, if you don't get in the game, you can't get nothing.
That's true.
Okay,
But
so
$5 ain't gonna cut it, bro.
a
It's
consistent,
not gonna.
the $5
man.
is y'all taking it too
You gotta
literal.
give them the
It's
real. That's why
irrelevant.
nobody
Like,
Yeah,
believe it.
the $5
The
is
amount is
irrelevant.
irrelevant.
The point is the consistency of if you gonna put the money in some weed, you can at least put half in here. Just do it as often
We
as you
ain't
buy
talking
the
about the
weed.
weed smokers, bro. They ain't trying to invest.
You the one that say the
You brought-
scrapers.
you brought
You
up
talking
the
about the
weed
scrapers? Shit.
You brought up the
Because
weed
everybody
smokers,
could
man.
know. Because I've been talking to people for 2 and 3 years, and everybody I try to get on this train. Guess what they do? They smoke weed. Guess what they do? They buy liquor every weekend.
Mhm.
I don't want to hear nothing about what you can't do because I see you do bullshit.
Mhm.
I'm not spoon feeding nobody in our community. I am sorry. Y'all can do that. Y'all can buy
I
new
ain't spoon
spoons.
feeding, but you gotta
I'm not
give
giving them.
to
I'm not giving them nothing.
Just
No,
tell them
why? No,
consistent.
I ain't
Don't
giving
put
them
no
nothing.
amount on it, bro.
Okay, cool.
You gotta be consistent, bro.
No,
gotta learn to
I'm
go
not
get the
giving these
information.
people nothing because when everybody got all them stimulus back to back to back to back to back, where did that money go? We gave it right back to the white people.
Yeah, and they getting it back now in inflation.
Exactly. So you can't tell me, especially if you're a mother with 4, 5 kids and you was sitting over here and got $5,500, $6,000 on a stimulus, you ain't put it nowhere so it can make you some money? Nowhere. But we gonna say, oh, they doing too bad. They can't invest $5. Man, I'm not giving them people nothing. You don't want it, you're gonna be broke. If you want it, come get it.
Ain't that easy?
It was easy for us.
I'm
It was
just
easy
saying,
for
it ain't-
us.
It ain't that easy, man.
And the crazy part about it, you
Opposing views.
I've been telling I've been telling motherfuckers who I grew up with 15 years in the game, 10 years, 5 years in the game. I only know you because I used to work for you. And what's up? You talk to me and got 5 bands. Man, don't tell me about nothing of these people, man. You try to spoon feed them and you benefiting off the labor. Man, don't play with me, dog. Don't play with me over here, man. And that's just for right now. I guarantee you, I'm putting my name on it. I'm gonna be responsible for retiring at least 8 people. And I don't want nothing in return. Just build me a statue in front of your house. I need
You
something.
ain't getting that.
though.
You ain't getting that.
I thought you said nothing.
No,
Yeah, I had to think
nothing.
about it.
Nothing means no
Nothing.
thing.
I had to think about it. So I had to think about it. Like, I'm worth something. Okay, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, but there's always a way if you want to do something. Excuses are monuments to nothing and build bridges to nowhere. And that is our problem. All we doing is building bridges to nothing and taking up for the. See, that's the problem with us. Us at the top, in the middle, we go out our way to pacify everybody at the bottom. Not understanding we need them people to come up here with us so we can make any kind of noise. Because the moment they come up here with us, then our whole culture look different. But no, what do the media do? They show you the small 5% of the ghetto and make it look like it's 100% of black people. But we sit up there and look at that same news and be like, yeah, they telling us the truth. Yeah, that's what we supposed to do. So no, that's not it. We got to look within ourselves to be like, once you realize my whole way of life up until this point has been bullshit, now you can change. So until you come to that realization that, hey, up until this point, my whole life was bullshit, you ain't gonna get no change because you don't want change. That's why you surround yourself with less fortunate people, because you uncomfortable being around successful people because you're the smartest person in the room. So until you get that childish way of thinking, because if I'm the smallest person in that room, then I'm picking game from everybody in the room. And when I take it, revamp it, and put my little sauce on it, I'm gonna be the best nigga when I walk back in this room, I promise you.
Hmm.
But that's just my thoughts. So anything else before we wrap this thing up, man? Miss Tiffany, you got anything else?
No, I take that back. I think that you should be the one to
Hey, well, I get to talk. Hey, that rebel energy kick in. I turn into Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? I got the glasses on too. That's probably what it is. You know, hey, I get to talking a little bit, man.
But I do want to say this though. Now I know that a lot of us are struggling and stuff like that, but I really do feel like the real problem is nothing that a white person can give us. I feel like once we start to love each other, that's when things will change.
This is true. That on that
And
note
I think
right
that
there.
is the root of all of our poverty.
Yeah,
for
'cause
real.
we too busy trying to shine on each other and prove to society that we is just as good as y'all, and we gonna show y'all, because we gonna make our own manufacturing plants. We gonna make our own clothes. We gonna do our own thing, and we gonna buy black, be black, and stay black. So them billions of dollars y'all get from us every year, y'all finna come up shout. That's what it is. You finna come up shout, baby.
Yeah.
But that's another episode, people. That's
It's
the
a
all
wrap
word
today.
part 2, man. We got a little heated on this one right here.
I see.
You know, well, Miss Tiffany, we definitely thank you for coming in. We definitely may have you come in another time to give your opinions if you would like to give so.
Oh yeah, this was. But I feel like I wasn't prepared like I should have been, because I thought you said more than one thing.
Oh no, they
But
only
now
give
that
us,
I know
they
what
only
I'm
give us
dealing
one.
with, I make sure I'm prepared.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure you like, subscribe, share to all the people that you know. I'm pretty sure you're gonna do this one because you own this one, but we got one that's up too, so you need to do your due diligence.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for having me on. It was nice talking to everybody.
Right on. You have a good one, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Man. That was Miss Tiffany giving her opinion, man. So before we wrap this show up, man, what anything else to the left, to the right, to the front? Because I'm ready to get up out of here. We've been running our mouth for 2 good hours. We got 2 episodes in 2 hours. Don't nobody say nothing. Lily say her letter starting to kick in. She can't keep up with this shit no more. Okay, man. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping by with Visual Prowess. I am your host, Clee Uchiha. To my left, Mount Gox. Tierney Marche. Across the table, Lily Low Down. Love me, but I don't love you. And we got Mr. Marcus. Girl, that's just a head. So we gonna get up out of here, man. We'll see y'all next week.
There you go.
Bye.